I'm here with my Dash Mini Toaster Oven and a package of Mrs. Fields Rainbow Chip Cookies. These are not baked yet. This is premium cookie dough. It says place and bake. So the question is, will these bake in the Dash Mini Toaster Oven? Counter cooking. No kitchen, no problem. This is what the cookie dough looks like. They're just little round pieces of cookie dough. I'm gonna break one off. They've been in my refrigerator, so they're cold. And here's my mini toaster oven. Here is the little pan that comes with it. So I've lined it with some aluminum foil just for easier cleanup. And I'm gonna place the cookie dough on this little tray. We'll put it inside. The baking instructions say preheat oven to 325 degrees. So this oven cooks at like 450 degrees. Place pre-proportioned dough on an ungreased cookie sheet, evenly spaced and enough room for the cookies to spread. Set the oven timer for 10 to 12 minutes. Bake until edges are golden brown. Baking time may vary depending on your oven. Remove the cookie sheet from the oven and set on a safe surface to cool for 2 minutes before handling. So the instructions say to bake for 10 to 12 minutes at 325. This mini toaster oven bakes at 450, but I'm not going to preheat it. I'm going to set it for about 10 minutes. I'll set it for 10 minutes and we'll see how it does. It's been 5 minutes. Let's take a look at what's going on in here. That's what's going on with the cookies. So the outside is like getting really dark and the inside still looks like it's raw. So I'm gonna put it back in and we'll finish the 10-minute cooking time. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's see what's going on here. So this does not look good at all. It looks like the outside cooked first and then the inside was raw and then it kind of burst out. This is a mess. Let's see if I could get this off with a little spatula. So here's what's going on with the cookie. Let's break it in half. It's totally burnt on the outside. Maybe if we give it some time to cool off, it'll cool off. But yeah, that's burnt. We know this is an issue with this Dash Mini Toaster Oven. We know it has an issue burning things from the top. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put another piece of cookie dough on this cookie sheet. And then I'm adding a tent to it. I just took some aluminum foil and folded it over. And here it is. It's like a tent. So it's going to shield the cookie dough from the element on top. That's what it looks like. So the cookie dough has plenty of room to expand. And let's see how this does. I'm going to close the oven and let's set it for 10 minutes again. This time the oven is nice and hot already, so it's somewhat preheated. And here's the burnt cookie. Let's see if it's edible now that it's cooled down for a few minutes. It feels like it's getting crispier. So it is edible. Flavor-wise, it reminds me of a toasted marshmallow. So it's been 10 minutes and this is what's going on. It looks like it is baking properly, but it says to bake it until it's golden brown around the edges. And I feel like it definitely needs to be baked for a few more minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just set this for another 3 minutes. We have to remember that with the additional aluminum foil in there, it definitely changes the baking time and how things bake. I find that things take longer to bake in here, even though it's 450 degrees. By putting the aluminum foil in here, I do find that things take longer to bake. It's been another 3 minutes. Let's open this up. So this is a total of 13 minutes of cooking time. This looks really good. It does look like there's some slight browning around the edges. Let's see if I could get my little spatula under here to take the pan out. So the nice thing about this toaster oven is that the top is metal, so sometimes I'll just put some stuff on top of here to cool off after I take it out of the oven. It says to let the cookie cool off for a few minutes, and so that's what I'm gonna do. So the cookie's still cooling, and I went to touch it and I stuck my finger in it, and that's why there's like an indentation in it, because it's really soft. But as it cools, it seems to firm up, so I just have to have patience. It's been a few minutes. Let's see if I can get the cookie off of the cookie sheet with a little spatula. It's really soft. There we go. So I put it on a plate. It would probably be better to put this on a little cooling rack. So I'm just gonna let it cool on the plate for a little while. What I would like to point out is the difference between how these cookies look on the packaging and how they look in real life. So on the packaging, they look like they have pretty much M&Ms on them. They look like M&M cookies. And in real life, they look like a chocolate chip cookie. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of rainbow happening here. Maybe a few specks of color. I see a little bit of orange. But I'm not really seeing any rainbow, and I'm definitely not seeing any like candy pieces like they're showing on the packaging. All right, it's been a few more minutes now. Let's check out this cookie. So it's a soft cookie. It's actually quite thin. Let's break it in half. Maybe it could have cooked for a few more minutes. It feels like the middle of it is not as cooked as the outer edges. It probably could have cooked for another 2 minutes. The outer edges are nicely cooked, or I should say baked. So there's a chip, not rainbow. In here, look, here's another one of the rainbow pieces. They're really well hidden, but you could see the dough around it is a little bit on the uncooked side. So we'll try this one more time. The dough is at room temperature right now versus cold straight out of the fridge. Maybe that'll make a difference. And I'm gonna put this tent on it, push it in, and I'll set this for the full 15 minutes. And then I'll be back and we'll check on the cookie. So I let it bake for 15 minutes and then I let it just sit in this oven for a while. So now let's take it out and let's see what's going on. And this is what it looks like. Definitely the best one yet. Let's see what's going on. Look at this, look. So here's the cookie. So far this one looks the most like the packaging. And it's the firmest of the bunch. It's thoroughly cooked all the way through, or I should say baked. That's what it looks like inside. So the edges are crispy, the inside is chewy, and I would say this is a success. So if you want to bake a cookie in this Dash mini toaster oven, make sure to create a tent out of aluminum foil to put above the cookie tray. Make sure to preheat the oven and then add a few extra minutes to the baking time. So the instructions said to bake for 10 to 12 minutes, and I baked these for 15 minutes, and I then just let them sit in the oven until they completely cooled down, and now we have a delicious cookie. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.